Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and as you may well be able to deduce from my clothing, this video was filmed rather a long time ago, around Christmas time one may assume. Okay, well, be that as it may, ladies and gentlemen, nevertheless we are over here at my Maze Bank offices, and before we begin I must warn you, don't speak to my secretary. She keeps insisting that she was responsible for winning World War II, and considering that it took the combined forces of the Allied nations, I find that a highly dubious claim. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, be that as it may, we're not here to berate my secretary today. We are here to purchase the Dewbauchee JB700W, and the Dewbauchee JB700W can be found under the Warstock Cash and Carry website, and there we go. Okay, jolly good. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for a price of $1,470,000, and that really is a shocking price, ladies and gentlemen, considering that the regular one goes for about $350,000. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to send it on up to the Hillcrest residence as we always do. Whoops, a daisies, and we're going to be getting there in the standard JB700, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this is the $350,000 version, and we've just gone and spent another $1,120,000, something like that, ladies and gentlemen, to go and purchase the exact same vehicle, but with guns on the front that work, that I will almost instantly remove. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Dewbauchee JB700, and what do we think? Well, it's the Aston Martin, isn't it? You know, it's the DB5, I think it was. I'm not entirely certain. It's the James Bond car, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, finally we can have it without the guns. Okay, jolly good. Right, so what do we think of it, ladies and gentlemen? Well, if you're into that kind of thing, then it's a rather fine car. I do like the front of it myself, not particularly taken with the rear end, you know, just sort of go wrong for my liking, but there we go, ladies and gentlemen, all the same. This is the vehicle we're looking at, and we're going to go ahead and take it out onto the street now and see how she handles. Okay then, we're going to, right, let's go, shall we? Okay, here we are, we're outside now. We're going to check out the acceleration up this hill, and oh my god, right, it's absolutely appalling, isn't it? Okay, right, terrible, ladies and gentlemen. Right, we're going to check out the handling now as we come down these Vinewood hills and whatnot, and whoops, a daisies. Okay, right, straight away detecting problems, and okay, right, back end's going. Right, can we hold it still? No, bloody hell, no, we can't. Right, okay, so straight away we've lost it, ladies and gentlemen. Acceleration poor, handling poor, straight away, I'm sorry to report, you know. Okay, well, we'll have a look at the top speed as we go down the hills there, and we're cycling through the weapons, see if we can find the machine guns. They're not attached yet, so we can't get them out, but never mind. Okay, top end speed, ladies and gentlemen. Not looking too good now, is it? Okie dokie, didn't get very much air there whatsoever, we're sliding all across the road. Okay, then now we've got to try and get back on the right side of the road. Okay, so first out of the box, ladies and gentlemen, what do we think? Well, it is, as far as I can tell, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much identical to the other version in terms of drivability, you know. It's got poor acceleration, poor top speed, poor handling. You can see the back end was more than happy to kick out there. Like I said, the cheaper version, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for a price of $350,000. The only difference between the JB700 and the JB700W is that you can actually choose to have the weapons removed off the JB700W, and if you choose to have them equipped, they actually work. Whereas the $350,000, the JB700, ladies and gentlemen, the weapons are always permanently attached and cannot be removed, and they do not work either, you know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are. We're back at the Maze Bank offices now, and we're going to take it on into the custom auto shop and go ahead and perform the necessary upgrades to this vehicle. Okay, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone on inside, and it's like I say, this is the custom auto shop. Now we will, as always, ladies and gentlemen, be going through this stage of the video at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat. You know, no one really wants to be sat around in a custom auto shop for too long watching somebody else modify their vehicles. But I find that this particular section of the video does give you viewers an opportunity to become aware of the various modifications and upgrades that can be effected to this vehicle, should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it. options, you know. And there we go, and as you see, we're going around now. You can see, ladies and gentlemen, we've got all sorts of different options there. We've got, we've got limited options, to be quite frank. We've got the mounted machine guns, which I've fitted there, and we've got a spike or a slick that we can fit in terms of weaponry. Okay, so obviously the machine guns on the front there, ladies and gentlemen, cannot be aimed. Only aim where the car is pointing, and the spikes or the wheel slick come out the back of the car there when the correct button is placed to interfere with anybody who may be chasing you or anything along those lines. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, we're going through the colours already, thank goodness for that, which means we're getting towards the end of this section of the video. It also means there are not all that many modifications that can be affected to this vehicle in terms of aesthetic styling. It effectively is just the weapons and the performance upgrades. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, we're outside now. If we press the square button, we can cycle through those weapons as we were doing before, and this time we have the option, as you just saw there, for the machine guns. Okay, and there we go, and we simply fire them away, and they don't do much good. You can perhaps see the little cursor blip in the centre of the screen there where it's looking. Okay, well, this is the standard lap, ladies and gentlemen. The vehicle has been upgraded across the board. We're going to see how she handles. Acceleration has been marginally improved. There's still nothing to write home about, you know. The handling, again, has been marginally improved, but still nothing to write home about. And the top end speed is very much the same. Okay, so generally speaking, ladies and gentlemen, this is an underperforming car all round, you know. It is a classic sports car, and so perhaps one may expect that. And whoops, it is okay, slidey, and going all around the corner. As you can see, a very wide turning circle. We'll have a look at that acceleration once more along the flat now. And as you can see, I mean, it's got acceleration, but it's not exactly staggering. Okay, we do seem to be getting up some speed though now, which is quite nice. Okay, but the handling, ladies and gentlemen, still remains god-awful. Okay, so why would one purchase this car, ladies and gentlemen, when one could go and buy the JB700 for, like I say, $101 million, what was it, $1,020,000 less or something like that? The only reason to purchase this car, ladies and gentlemen, is because you either want the machine guns to work, or you want to take the machine guns off, and I fall into that second category. Okay, and that's exactly what I'm going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen. We've done the standard lap, as I say, all in all, underwhelming. And we're going to go ahead and take the car back into the custom auto shop now, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to go ahead and have those machine guns removed that I just paid about $115,000 for, was it, something like that. Okay, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's looking much more. My major gripe with this car, ladies and gentlemen, was the lines on it. You know, I didn't like those machine guns in the front. It ruined the look of the car for me, and so I'm quite happy to pay the money for it. But I wouldn't really recommend it. Okay, now I've gone ahead and put down some. I'm not entirely certain. It's been so long since I've driven this car, ladies and gentlemen, I can't remember how you do deploy the slick, the oil slick that I put back there, ladies and gentlemen. I think it could be the horn or something along those lines. But they basically remain in capsules, intact. And there we go. And you can see the sort of patch on the road. And when you hit it, there we go. It bursts, and you can slide over it. Okay, so we'll go past that one more time, or a couple more times, give you a chance to see it. There you can see on the road, ladies and gentlemen, that patch of oil, and there we go. And now we're sliding all over the place. Okay, so yeah, it's jolly good, really. A bit of a giggle, you know. You can sort of really mess with people behind you. And there we go, sliding. Whoops, daisy. That's just something that's bound to happen. Okay, so what is the review of this vehicle, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I suppose we're not done yet, are we? Really? We may as well take it on up to Sandy Shores and put it up to some other vehicles. Okay, so this is the JB700 with the guns removed, and I must admit I do think it looks much nicer without those guns removing the lines in the front there. Okay, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Inverto Coquette, I do believe, the classic. You know, can't tell you the price of this particular vehicle. Thought I cut it out of the video, don't you know? It seems that I neglected to do so. But as I say, it is a classic sports car, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Inverto Coquette, you know. And as you can see, yes, it's way off there in the distance. I can certainly, like I said, can't tell you the price. I can certainly assure you it doesn't cost anywhere close to $1.4 million or 1.5, which is effectively speaking what the JB700 W retails for. Okay, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the Inverto Coquette there has disappeared across the line, and that should give you some idea of the standing of this car, the JB700W, in terms of race pedigree. Yes, it has none. Okay, well, never mind, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and put up against the Class A Mamba. Now, this car, ladies and gentlemen, it's a muscle car, you know, and it's retailing for a price of $995,000, I do believe. And as you can see, yes, straight off the line, ladies and gentlemen, the JB700W did get into the front, into the lead there, and then the Class A Mamba does come past it, although as bad a handling as the JB700 does, it perhaps does not have quite as bad handling as the Mamba. And we're going to get around the corner there, a little bit in front, and now we're going to hold that position, and no, we solid well can't, can we? Okay, there goes Mr. Raccoon. I should also point out that's Mr. Raccoon driving all of the other vehicles, you know. His name is the Bromby. He has a channel of his own. It is called the Bromby. If you type that into YouTube, you should be able to go and find it. Why you go and do that? He's got some rather good videos on there, don't you know? Okay, so it loses to the Class A Mamba, don't you know? Now, this is the Benefactor Sterling GT, ladies and gentlemen. One of Mr. Raccoon's more favourite vehicles, you know, purely for aesthetic styling, not for top-end speed or anything like that. Retailing for a price of $975,000, ladies and gentlemen. So still, you know, it's $500,000 at least under the asking price there for the JB700W, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, yes, it's sort of right behind us on that corner there, right behind us there. But it's not going to come past us, and that's the simple truth of it. Okay, so thank God for that. At least this $1.5 million car can beat something around the track. Okay, there we go. Okay, yes, it's coming in quite a way behind. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go, jolly good. Okay, well, next, whoops, Daisy, Mr. Raccoon, do be careful. Right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have got the Pegassi Zentorno. Now, this is what we consider to be a high watermark in terms of GTA, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of value for money. $725,000 for the Pegassi Zentorno before it's been upgraded. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's at the end of the track, or at least the top of the track already, and now we're going round. And there we go. So yes, it's sort of, you know, half the price, ladies and gentlemen, half the price, figuratively speaking, of the JB700W. And as you can see, yes, it's crossing the line roundabout now. Right, okay, so there we go. We're still on the track by a long, long way, ladies and gentlemen. That's absolutely, utterly humiliating. But then again, classic car, ladies and gentlemen, so perhaps one shouldn't be so surprised. Okay, and that leads us on to the final question, ladies and gentlemen. The final question is, the Garotti Italia, yes, it's going to beat it, isn't it? Of course it's going to beat it. Right, this is the final masquerade, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do to humiliate all cars that, well, all cars will stop, you know, because as far as we're concerned at the moment, nothing can beat the Garotti Italia GTO. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, it's powered by magic, it would seem. Okay, so there's not much to say, ladies and gentlemen. This is a foregone conclusion. We may as well take this opportunity to sort of begin the review of the vehicle, you know. And so what are we to say on it, you know? Is it really worth the money? Well, the simple truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is not really, you know. The only reason to go ahead and purchase this vehicle, as far as I'm concerned, is the same reason I purchased it, which is one is sort of trying to complete a Dewbauchee collection, and has so much money and is so has such delicate sensibilities that the machine guns on the front there really don't do it for one. And so yes, if you're trying to complete a Dewbauchee collection and you're absolutely insane enough to pay $1.5 million to well, let's say $1,100,000 to lose those machine guns off the front, ladies and gentlemen, then yes, in your crazy Puglo world, it may well be worth it, but I'm sure a sane raccoon would have an absolutely different opinion. Yes, he's trying to shoot at me. Unfortunately, it's a James Bond car and I'm English, so yes, he's going to have to die. Okay, won that round. How about that? Not often we see that, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for watching.